everyone has a different journey. Everyone has a different timing. Things can change very quickly. So it's so important to take the baby steps and really just focus on your own story, because no story resembles the other.
In today's discussion, we're going to explore both your journeys, how you transitioned as creators to entrepreneurs. We're going to talk about the inspiration, that's the spark that started all of this. We're going to talk about the challenges that comes with it, the importance of authenticity, of building community, and if we have time, we're going to delve into what's next for both of you. Great. So, Karen, I'm going to start with you with the first question. And please, Mina, please do chime in.
Of course.
So, how did it all start? How did you get inspired to turn your passion into a business? How did this whole story start?
Hello, everyone. I've told my story a few times already, but I really love saying it again, because if there's one person in the room that can get inspired by it, I feel like I've done a good job using my voice. My story is personal. There's a personal aspect to it. There's also an opportunity aspect to it. And then there's obviously the timing. When I first started, I was on social media. I had built a community, an awesome community, and I was using my platform and my voice, lending my voice to brands that I was collaborating with, where I was either raising awareness or pushing sales for brands to my community. I knew deep inside that I wanted to lend this voice to build something that was for me, that I could build, that I could have my name on, that my children could be proud of, and it was about finding the right thing. On a personal note, growing up, I was insecure about my eyes. I think like many of us, we all have this little thing that bothers us, and my eyes was that thing for me. And I always felt so much more comfortable when I covered my eyes. And sunglasses felt like the most natural way to do that instead of walking around like this. So I started building a real passion for sunglasses. And I became almost a sunglasses collector. Through my open communication with my community, I realized that they picked up on this as well. They would constantly ask me, where are your sunglasses from? Where can we find this? So I felt there was my passion, which was sunglasses, the opportunity which came from that open communication that I was having with my community, and the timing felt right. I felt like I was confident enough to start my own thing. And this is, if you want, what you would call the spark.
Mina, what about you?
Honestly, I'll
also
add...
answering a question that everyone in the audience or everyone asks about is it for you to extend in a way your online presence, saying what's next for you, how to stay relevant?
Definitely, it's very important to always diversify your income as a content creator, because I've seen a lot of content creators where they started their journey and they died out through the way because they didn't continue or leverage the social media platform. So the most important thing is diversifying your income and definitely building a great community. We're so blessed to have a platform to have our audience, and you know, like you create a family online, and when you hear them out, like for me, it started, as Karen, you know, you're talking about your sunglasses. For me, it started because I'm blessed, alhamdulillah, with long lashes, and a lot of people, they used to always ask me, what mascara are you wearing? Tell us the brand. And I worked with a lot of brands that they used to always tell me, like, we want to do like mascara ads with you. It did so well. We're selling out. And this sparked an idea for me, because I always used to find a gap in the market, that there is no mascara that customize a journey for a specific lash type. You know, usually it's like for everyone. And because I'm so connected to my community and I always hear them out, what happened is that a lot of them, they used to come back to me and tell me, this mascara doesn't suit me. I have thin lashes, I have short lashes, I have straight lashes. And this was the idea when it actually sparked to me, you know what, maybe I should start a brand and I create those customizable mascaras for everyone's lashes.
That's amazing. Mina, so both of you, you have the idea, you have the spark,
Yeah.
the idea. How do you execute this on ground? Like, what's the business model? Do you get partners? Do you get funding?
This
How
is the
does
most
this
important
really work?
question, honestly, because we've all definitely struggled in like finding a partner or what is the right path. So definitely, if I would advise anyone to start any business on social media, is research. The moment you have a spark and an idea, start immediately. Even if you don't have the funding, even if you don't have the support, it's the start. Because by the time you're going to build the brand, it will take you to 4 years, 4 to 3 years. For me to actually, I went live. So once you start, doors will start opening to you. And when you start the research and communicating with your community is something very important. And by the way, I used a perfect tool on Instagram that anyone can use, which is the question box. It actually helped me to build my brand because I navigated a lot with the community to actually, you know, help them like, okay, what should I do with my brand? Do you guys want this or that? So it was perfect for me.
That's amazing. Karen, what about you? How did you execute all of this?
So, like I mentioned, I already had a platform which was something very valuable towards the success of the company because I obviously had reach. And beyond the importance of reach, what I had was the loyalty from my consumers. And which I would say came from being consistently authentic over the years. I was able to build a bond of trust with my community. And that was something very important. Sometimes you see brands that start off as a brand and then build a community throughout the time. For us, it's different because we start from being creators. So we start with having the community and then we go into having the brand. So we have the power of storytelling, which is very important. But again, my expertise was in storytelling and marketing. I had the community, but there was a big part of me which was not confident enough to go in, which was more of the business side. I have my master's in psychology. I never really worked in the corporate world either, so I knew that I had a lot of missing skills. And that's where it was about finding the right partner. I was lucky enough to have an amazing partner, that's my husband, who had extensive years in finance, in banking, and it's someone that I obviously trusted very much, and who knew me, who knew my story, and who supported my vision and my story. So I partnered with him, and it was a self-funded company, but we partnered together and grew together. And obviously, there are some challenges that come with working with your partner, with your husband.
Yes.
But we managed to create roles for ourselves and not cross each other's boundaries.
Now that you touched upon this point,
honestly, shout out to him.
Yes. They do the real thing.
Let's talk about the challenges. Like, what are some of the challenges you both faced while building up your business?
For me, in the beginning, it was the funding, okay? And finding a partner, this is something super important because as content creators, you don't know how to reach investors, okay? If you're blessed with someone like Karen's husband, it's it's an amazing thing. But sometimes you're stuck in that room where you don't know who to approach or how to actually get it. So what was really nice is that you need to find a partner, okay, that can do something you can't do or you're not knowledgeable in. So for me, I found someone that was really good in logistics or shipment, warehouses, registration, things that I really don't understand. And I focused on the marketing things and like things that I focused on. And another thing that I learned through the journey is definitely do not compare yourself to anyone. This is something super important because you will get so overwhelmed on social media. Amazing content creators, amazing brands out there, and you're gonna be like, I wanna do this, and I wanna do this, and I wanna... But eventually, you need to think of who you are as a person. What is your vision, mission? What do you really wanna work on? Because you'll get overwhelmed comparing yourself. So just focus on yourself, in my opinion.
I love the idea of staying focused because you can unfortunately derail in these moments, especially looking at what others are doing,
Get
what
inspired.
Your community or what followers are telling you. Karen, what about you? How did you stay focused? How were you able to scale your business, and what are the challenges that came with these?
You know, one of the challenges that I first faced was getting recognized as an entrepreneur rather than being boxed into a creator. There was this, when I first started at least, there was this almost just this nuance that came with being a content creator or an influencer, that this is where they shall remain.
And they don't find you legit, you know, like, oh, yeah, she just have another brand.
You almost felt like you had to prove yourself, not only to yourself, but to the rest of the industry, to show that, no, I can. I personally believe, because I know what it takes to be a content creator, I think all content creators are entrepreneurs. They have managed to turn content into business. It has an entrepreneurial spirit.
100%.
But in order to create a brand or something that has maybe more longevity, does take a different type of skill set. And again, I said my partner helped me a lot with that. And I think constantly reminding yourself of the purpose and the why you started. It is very easy to lose this focus. And like you said, it is very easy to fall into the trap of comparing yourself, whether it's comparing your business to someone else's business or comparing yourself to somebody else online. And we all know how hurtful this can be, how painful this can be, and how useless this can be, because it can distract you from your journey, from your goals. So I think setting goals for yourself is very important. This is always how we start. We have the short-term goals and then the long-term goals. And then reminding yourself when you're lost on the way, reminding yourself why you started, and taking those baby steps to achieve those goals. I feel bad turning my back to you guys. I'm sorry.
So sorry. Oh, hi.
On this, and I think the subject of authenticity is very important nowadays, and staying authentic. So how do you manage or how do you balance lending your voice to your own business versus also being a content creator? And, you know,
how can you
exactly, how do you balance this?
Yeah.
Because as a content creator, you need to create content. Your followers expect you to be there, expect you to give them updates, to create content for them as well. You have other brand deals happening at the same time. So how do you balance and manage all of this?
So one of the things that I learned through the experience is your followers as a content creator are a reflection of you. They love what you do. They share the same similarities. And this is something we don't. We just look at the followers as a number. No, try to think of them as really a family, as a community. You know, when you talk to your followers as in replying to comments, messages. Guys, I've been doing this for 13 years. Not even one comment I would miss. Reply in voice notes. This is something very important, and I really feel, I know it might take time, not to all of them, but whatever I have the chance, because I can't text and like write a lot, so I literally pull up voice note. Habibti, you know, yes, of course, this is the product you can use. And this just creates more love from the community that you have. That's one. Two, when you create a brand, it's very important to think that the brand is a reflection of you as a content creator. So you need to have the same vibe, let's say, the same tone of voice, the same feeling, the same community. People, I mean, there's so many brands for mascaras, sunglasses, and everything out there. But what we really need to sell and fix on is selling a feeling, okay, like that belonging to a community. This is something that's very important, and I felt it did very well for my brand because I continued this journey with being as a content creator and my content and my brand. And another thing, sorry, to add on to, is don't just focus on your brand. If you started as a content creator, do both. It is doable, and mix and match with your content. Don't just do your brand so you can diversify your income.
And I love the fact that you're focusing a lot on your community and building a loyal community, yes, which would unlock for you
so many other doors.
So, Karen, what about you? How do you balance lending your voice to everything that you do?
So like Mina said, I think the brands that we both created are extensions of who we are. So they reflect the same values as who we are as people and what we represent online. For me, of course, my primary community is my community, the one that I've personally built. However, from a brand perspective, I really wish to be able to grow beyond that community and not remain. So honestly, my favorite thing is when I see someone wearing my sunglasses who looks at me and has no idea who I am. This is when I feel
I love that.
like, oh, great, my brand is living beyond me, because technically, at the end of the day, this is what I truly want. I want to build a brand that will exist beyond my presence online. So as much as I think it is definitely super important to leverage everything that you have to build it, it's also super important to build a community that will stay beyond your constant existence and presence.
You want to say?
Yeah. So for me, I definitely agree on the same thing. And it's also, you know, I've had these incidents where a lot of girls, they go like, oh, this mascara is amazing. I don't know what. And I'm like, what mascara are you using? And they say Layer. They don't even know my name. Like, Mina alSheikhly. To me, like, this was like a huge shock. I felt like it's a huge success. The most important thing, honestly, to think as a content creator and a brand owner is just to really focus on your goal, okay? Don't think of failure, okay? You will fail, it's fine. You fail, you try again and again and again, but just don't compare yourself all the time to other people. Oh, they did this, I should do the same. When you focus on one thing and try to be niche in it, you will be successful. And great things don't come just in a press of a button. It takes really good time. Like, you really need to be patient in it.
You need to give the hard work.
Hard work and patience, honestly. If there's something I learned, patience all the way.
You know, there's, sorry, just to add on to this, but there's something that had happened to me not a long time ago. I think it was around last year. We had done an event for our brand, and it was so successful. So many people showed up, and it was a sales event as well. So we sold really well, and I came back home like so excited, and I was telling like my family about how well it went, and the community showed up. It was really great. And then I remember just scrolling on my phone, and I came across, I think it was maybe like a BOF article or one of those, you know, fashion articles where they were mentioning the numbers of another brand, and the numbers were obviously, you know, much higher than what our brand was doing. And I remember it felt almost like a little, you know, stab in my heart where I was like, oh, I'm so far from that. And it made me in 1 second forget the joy that I was feeling minutes ago and how good I felt about it. And from that moment, I was like, I actually picked up the phone and spoke to my mom. She's the first person that I speak to, because she's not an emotional person. Like, she will take what I'm saying at face value, and she will know what to say always. So I told her, and she told me, you know, all the right things, and she reminded me of my journey, how I started, where I am, and all of that. And it was so important for me to hear this, and I promised myself never again to let any story affect my own journey. Everyone has a different journey. Everyone has a different timing. And what can happen, things can change very quickly. So it's so important to take the baby steps and really just focus on your own story, because no story resembles the other. The same way not one person in this room has the exact story as the person next to them.
And the moment you have the idea, you should just start, really. Like, any type of spark, it's just a thought in your head. Just write it down. Just do it. I know it's like, when you think of it, like, oh, no way, I don't have the money, I don't have the support. Trust me, I was in your position before, and look at me now. I have like 10 excuses. I don't even, sometimes I look at them like, really? I did that?
Amazing. Guys, you have the advice of the most authentic, genuine entrepreneurs that will tell you the reality of things. It's not rainbows and butterflies the whole time. It's ups and downs. There are challenges, but you can all make it. What's next for each one of you?
A lot of things. But I definitely want to keep innovating new products, more functional products when it comes to the beauty, more expanding into skincare, and definitely to take my brand, you know, further globally, everywhere. And I really want to be in every store in the Middle East. Like, that's my dream, because I'm an Arab brand and I really want to push for that. So that's my first goal actually this year. Yeah.
For me, for the brand, actually, so we're expanding verticals. Last year, we introduced jewelry, fashion jewelry, and actually next week, we're introducing belts. I'm wearing one right now. So it's a new vertical in our brand, and of course, as well, we are extending markets. I don't know, is there anyone here from Jordan? So that's our next step. We're going to be opening in Jordan very soon, which we're super, super excited about.
Amazing.
And that, by the way, is thanks to the community. The reason we are opening in Jordan is because of our community. That's how important community is. You guys make all the difference. You guys make our decisions much easier and our decisions successful. I wouldn't open in Jordan just like that. I would open in Jordan because of you, because you showed me that the brand will belong and be successful there, I hope. Yes.
Definitely, it's the same thing for me. One of the first markets I actually opened in, I'm Iraqi myself, so it was the biggest struggle for me. I wanted to launch my brand in Iraq first. And I live here in the UAE, and this was my first goal. I was like, I want to be in every store, in every shop for my people, because my followers, they really pushed me and supported me to be where I am today. And I really wanted to be there for them. When they want to buy something, I don't want them to struggle and be like, oh, why is it only in specific areas? No, I wanted actually to be ingrained with them. So I'm very blessed to have them, really.
I just want to add one thing. This is something that someone once told me, and it really resonated with me and stuck with me. With every risk that you take, there is a 50% chance of failure. However, if you don't take that risk, you have a 100% chance of not succeeding. And that is the truth. You will have to take risks, and you will continually have to take risks. It's not just the first risk that you take that's important. Every day we take risks. And if you do not take them, you will not grow. You have to step into the unknown.
In a life where you're just, what if I didn't do that? What if I didn't start?
Yeah,
so just start. We all had the same, like scare in the beginning. Just do the first step. That's what
it doesn't have to be perfect. It will never be perfect. You can have the most beautiful business plan, but look at it a few years later, it's not going to look the same.
Thank you so much, both of you. You've all heard it directly from both Karen and Mina. Thank you for being so genuine, so honest with your answers. And I mean, I think everyone got amazing learnings from you guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us, really.